This is all the mod 6 to the sky, and I am Kebabs, and I'm going to be going through some basic things in this mod pack that I have found useful, and I've had to forget certain things from other similar mod packs like Sky Factory, because all the mod 6 does things slightly different. So let's log into a creative world. Let's log into a creative world and I shall show you what I mean. In this creative world, I will show you a couple of things that I've found out after playing this pack for a while. So let's start at the very beginning. If I go to all pieces, these are the first things that you'll need to get resources in the game. And let's look at something that's going to be useful to us. Copper, lead, nickel, silver, these are not going to be useful until later on when you actually need them. But if we click on those, they can be made into chunks, and then you can either directly smelt them, or you can go through a process that basically gives you 5 times the amount of ingots as opposed to 1 chunk. So it's a 1:5 ratio. I'm not going to be covering that at this time. I'm just going to cover something else like the storage of these things. But the point is, the copper ingot is used for things, but early game, no. What you would want is the iron ore piece. So to get that, which is only a 10% chance on a flint mesh, is that you need to sift gravel. You can also sift sand, but it's a diamond mesh, so you'll be far pushed to get that. But I say far pushed. It's not instant. You need to work a while to get that. Yeah. So to get iron, you need the flint mesh. To get the flint mesh, you need flint. To get flint, you need string. And to get string, this actually doesn't tell you how to get string. But if I go to string, well, it does tell you how to get string. But let's have a look. Crook. So what you do, you get infestive leaves. You crook that, and then you get string. Well, how do you get infested leaves? Interestingly, the game actually doesn't tell you how to get it. It tells you how to get the silkworm. Let's have a look. Compost, jumbo smelter. Yeah, so this is interesting because it doesn't tell you how to do it, but the way you get silk is you put a silkworm in a tree. So if I show you this for a minute, if I do dirt, make dirt, give me bone meal, just to show you, and give you give me a sapling, not you. 1 sapling, and then silkworm. Let's put that there. Let's put that there, and let's grow the tree. Okay, so that tree is grown. Yeah, interestingly enough, the game actually doesn't tell you that you can do this. So what it's doing is transforming this leaf, or this leaf, and or this block of leaves, I should say. And once it gets 100%, it goes to the adjoining leaf, adjoining block, and it basically transforms the tree. And you can put multiples in to make it faster. That is something that I knew from Sky Factory 3, because this process is exactly the same. And over time, the tree would be fully infested. So as you can see, that is changing. And then when I do a crook, yeah, diamond crook will do. Actually, let me use the compressed crook because this is how you would normally do it. It's because I'm not in survival, but anyway, I would get stuff on there, and I would get what would I get? Leaves, oak leaves, sieve, no, not sieve, crucible. Right, yeah, so I can put oak leaves in a crucible to get water. I actually prefer this method. In this game you can get a sink, which is infinite water, but that's much later on. Or the other way of doing it is use any organic matter, such as leaves or saplings, apples, that sort of stuff, and it gets you dirt. Yeah, so as you can see, all these different types of leaves, food, that sort of stuff, cooked variants, even string. That's what I was doing there. Yeah, so you get dirt, and by getting dirt, you can get cobblestone, you can get pebbles. But I'll cover that in a minute. Let me just carry on with the string. So you what's that? Compost, string. And how do I get string now? Crook. Right, yeah. So infested leaves with the crook, you get string, and that works. And so basically, you do that a few times, and you'll get an oak sieve, and string mesh. Okay. So you'll get that. Just to show you the recipe, string mesh is, it's a flint mesh. It's just 3x3 in the crafting table of string. The table itself, let's have a look. Sieve. So it takes planks, slabs, and sticks. So depending which wood you got, like generally I would use the oak because that's the first one you start off with. So if I go to the oak, there you go, just planks, oak slabs, and just sticks. So that's pretty basic because you gotta tear down the tree to get more saplings, or not tear down the tree to get more saplings, but once you're at this stage, you basically tear down the tree, you'll get the wood, you'll get a sapling because you would have a half a stack maybe, and you'll get wood that way. So you can get quite a few sieves. There is a heavy sieve which I'm not going to cover because there's a few things in that, but basically you can compress items so they take up less space. But the tactic I'm going to use in this, or what I'm going to show you, is we're not going to compress anything. We're just going to use the what's the word? We're going to use these sieves because there's a trick with these sieves. So if I do this, put them in a 3x3 space, and I put meshes in here, give me a stack of dirt. Is this actually going to work? And I am in the centerpiece. These have all been occupied. Look at that. And I get all these things. And you can do that to get pebbles. You get, what else? You get ancient spores, which is useful. Beetroot, pumpkin. So you get food pretty easily at this. Cactus seeds, you'll need that for green dye for later on. Yeah. But let's see how far I can extend this. So let's make this a 4x4. In fact, let's make it 5x5. The reason why I know 5x5 because I know it works. And this is the same in Sky Factory 3. So that bit hasn't changed. Okay, is that right? 3, 4, 5. Okay, wait. That's not 5x5, is it? 3x3, 5x5. Yeah, I messed up. I'm actually making it 7x7 here. But the point is, this is actually a good example to show you how far it works. So if I just do this, okay, so that's everything here, and this is the centerpiece. So how many does it do? There you go, there's your answer. It only does a 5x5. So all you need to do is press the center one, and you'll do a 5x5 grid, so you can process 25 in the same amount of time it takes you to process one if you just add the one. If you use the compressed version, you can process 6 at a time. It does do something odd with the calculations. So if I look at this, put that in sieved mode, not coarse dirt. That's a trick for later. Wrong button. Yeah. So these are chances. What I'm going to show you, which is different than what I would normally do in Sky Factory, but let's make this a chest. So you'll have a chest, and then let's do a crafting station. But this is a bit different than a normal crafting table. I'll show you why now. Okay, so let's say I'm going to put the crafting station there. If I put the chest next to it, I can actually access the chest directly from the crafting station. It's a poor man's storage system, but it works. So I put those in there, and I can access those. That is very nice. That actually works with other vanilla things as well. So if I do a furnace, and I stick a furnace next to there, you can't see because this thing's in the way, but the chest is there and the furnace is there. So if I want to like put these in there, I can just drag them from one to the other without going out of this section. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look. Blast furnace. Does that work with the blast furnace? Yeah, it works when it's on top as well, which is good. Okay, what else does it work with? Does it work with a double chest? No, it does not. Oh wait, that's broken. How is that broken? Oh, it does work with a double chest, okay. So if I put that there and that there, so it's only going to work on the sides that's touching. So does that work? No, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so that's okay. But this is a double chest, so it's 9 by 3, but this is 9 by 6. So it's 54, I think it is. I'm not sure. The calculation doesn't matter. But yeah, you can access that, and that's quite nice. But there are other containers in here. So if I do a barrel, if I could spell it, barrel, and this is actually cheaper than the chest. No, is it cheaper than the chest? It is, yeah, 1 block cheaper than the chest, basically. Because 1 plank makes 2 slabs. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look. Barrel. If I put a barrel here, let's see what happens. Not a villain little tank, and yeah, it's the same size as a chest. So why would you use that over something else, over the chest? Well, when they're like this, there's no difference. But if you take a look at here, you can actually upgrade these barrels. So that's the vanilla barrel. And if I have a look at obsidian, so metal barrels is called. Metal barrel. So yeah, you can start to upgrade these things. So barrel to copper barrel to iron barrel, silver, gold, diamond. Oh, you can do straight upgrades. Wow. Okay. Barrels. Okay, let's take a look at the different barrels and what the sizes are. So this is, don't do silver, let's do obsidian because I know that's a level. Gold, iron, diamond. Is that right? Oops. Iron's there, gold's there, obsidian and netherite, okay. But what I'm interested in is if this iron barrel can be accessed by the crafting station. And it can, wow. Okay, how much space is that? That is the same size as a double chest. Okay, what about a gold barrel? Let's stick that there. There's your 3, there's your another 3, and basically it's three chests in one. Can that access it? It can, and look at that, see? It's very nice. Diamond barrel should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it is. It's just the configuration is slightly. So you got 1 here, you got 1 here. Sorry, you got 1 here, you got 1 here, you got 1 here, and then you got 4. Yeah, so there's 4 in there, and that can access the diamond barrel. Awesome. And then if I take a look at the obsidian barrel, bear in mind that if you do this, I can't actually access the crafting table, so has to be something like that. Obsidian barrel, there you go. All that space, all this space. Hang on, is the diamond barrel and the obsidian barrel the same? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 by 12 is 104, I think it is. Obsidian barrel and the diamond barrel has the same size, which is very interesting, because I did not expect that. Okay, let's put the netherite barrel down there. Can this access the netherite barrel? Yes, it can. Awesome. And as you can see, the netherite barrel is actually the biggest size. At how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 15 wide. So it's 9 by 15, which is almost 150. It's 100 and something. Anyway, the numbers don't matter. I just wanted. I say the numbers don't matter. They basically are multiples of a chest. So a barrel and a chest. So look, barrel and a chest. Barrel and a chest. They are the same thing. So they have 9 by 3. A double chest and a iron barrel is the same. So yeah, for space, that's great because that puts 2 in there, and that can't open it because it's on top. But anyway, yeah, for safe spacing, I prefer that, and yeah, it works. This is completely vanilla. Anyway, yeah, I was disappointed with the diamond barrel. I thought you would have 1 there, 2 there, 3 there, 4, and then 5, but maybe it's not. Maybe I miscalculated something. Anyway, that's what I would do. And if we take the netherite barrel for a minute, actually, let's go in here, stick that there. Okay, so actually that's quite nice because I can access the barrel, or I can do this. Now let's look at the ore pieces. For some reason, when I search in here, because this is where I'm going to pick it up, I can only pick up Cube.js. I can't pick up the ore piles. I don't know why I can't pick up these from here, but maybe it's because it's a product rather than a pickup. I don't know. Anyway, let's do that. Let's do all the modium. So 9 stacks of all the modium. If I put this in here, I'll see the 9 stacks of all the modium. So you can see that this is going to fill up quite easily because it'll use its stack limit. What if I were to tell you that there is a container that can take the same physical block space as a vanilla chest or a vanilla barrel or the metal barrels, but allow you to be much more efficient? May I present it to you? Dank storage. So dank storage comes in tier form, so you can start off on dank 1, which is very cheap, which is a vanilla barrel surrounded by coal. So what this will allow you to do is have a single entity, a single item type stack up to 256 instead of 64. So that is 4 times. So let's take those out. Yeah, so these will literally be 1. So if I go dank storage, I need it's called a dock, isn't it? Okay. Oh, one place. If I put that there and put that there you go. There it is. Oh, okay. So this is interesting. The crafting station detects the dock, but it doesn't detect the dank within the dock itself. It sees it. Maybe if I put some items in, it will make a difference. So there you go, a single stack of 256. But I can't do anything with it in the crafting station, which is very unfortunate, but I think it's supposed to be, otherwise it'd be very, very easy. You could just have multiple danks around it. But anyway, let me show you what happens. If I get rid of that and do this, so I show you the differences now. Or piece. So I put those in there, and then I do the, oh god, this again. So what that means is that these 9 spaces here that stack and stacks to 64, this single dank will only take up 3 slots. 2 of them will completely filled, 1 of them will be 1 extra. So it's it makes having items much more compact. It doesn't compress them, it just makes them compact. The reason why I've shown you this is when you're doing, let's take the 7x7 away because it's hurting my eyes. Let's take these away. Okay, when you're doing a 5x5 here and you have all this dirt, and I'll show you the real world example now. Okay, okay, 1, 2, 3. So I'm only going to do 3. The point is, I can do all of this. I'll pick all this stuff up, which, you know, later on you'll get a machine to do it, or vacuum, the absorption hoppers. If I put all this in here, it's going to take up, you know, 2 rows. But if I put this all in the dank, yeah, okay, there's not enough space in the dank to fill it, but as you can see, my high things, such as the stone pebbles, are, you know, quite high. One way to remedy this is to upgrade the dank storages. So you start at level 1, and then you can go up to 2 to 3, and yeah, these will need the resources that you're harvesting, but for me, it's a no-brainer. A single dank can hold large amounts. So the first one is 256, which is 4 times 64. Dank 2 is up to 1,000. And these BZ multiples, that's 4,000, that's 16,000, 65,000, 262,000, and what's that, 2 million? Anyway, that's an obscene amount of stuff for the dank, but it does require any other styles, so that's very endgame. But the first one is just coal, and you can get coal by sieving gravel. So when you're on the path to iron, you get a little bit of coal. Dank 2 is block of redstone. Redstone is dust, so you need to get down to dust. But you just need to hammer things. So you might be stuck with dank 1 for a while, but this is what I'm going to say. Get to dank 2, which is probably going to be the worst thing. Dank 3 is going to be gold. in which it is, and that is crushed netherrack or gravel, which is flint mesh. So you'll get gold whilst you're trying to get ore and gold. So I would say that you'll probably have, I won't say all the gold, but you'll have a decent amount of, you'll have more of a start on the third tier than you will on the second tier. So you'll be stuck at the redstone. Dank. Number 4 is emeralds. Yeah, these take a little bit longer to get, but you know, not impossible. Just a bit of grinding. So iron mesh, we'll get that, and then you'll get the emerald. What I will say is that save the emerald, and upgrade the meshes to emerald meshes, because they work in a tier system as well. And then after emerald, you've got diamonds, which, as you may have seen, diamonds come from gravel. And then you get better chances when you upgrade the meshes. So you go from a 0.8 to a 1.6 to a 0.8. So that's almost a 2% chance. And then the emerald mesh is the same, but you get iron ore with that as well. So yeah, that's fine. What's that? Aluminium. Diamond, and then number 6 is stupidly easy. It's like obsidian, and obsidian, you just have an infinite water source over a lava barrel, and you can get that obsidian really easily. So once you get, so this is the path. Get 1, you'll get that quite quickly. 2, you might struggle with because you need to get down to dust. You should have most of 3, and then just grind 4 and 5. I would say by the time you get 4, you would probably already have all of 5. And then, so yeah, so it's only going to be 2 and maybe 3. That's going to be the annoying one. Then yeah, near the stars, you go kill the Witcher. What's it called? The Wither. Yeah, so, but just out of interest, how big is that? Dank 7. Dank 7. Oh, that's massive. But is that any different to a Dank 6? Yeah, it's basically twice the size. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 across and 6 down. So this physically has the same amount of slots as a double chest, but because you have that stack of 262,000, it's much better. And I generally use one of these for, I won't say all of this, but certainly for stuff I get from Sieving. It just sits in there. But what is nice about the Dank is you can actually take this out, have it in the inventory, and have it as a portable bag, which I think is fantastic. And watch this. If I go to pick a ball, and it's going to pick up everything that may be here. So if I do, I don't know, dirt, for example, that is not, let me stick a magnet on just so I can collect things. Magnet, yeah, that'll do. Just out of interest, the magnet is not that expensive. Magnet, if I could spell. The only thing you might get trouble with is the Eye of Ender, but it's not out of reach. And the basic one is very basic. It's quite nice. Anyway, let me do this for a couple of minutes and I'll come back. Okay, so I've done that for maybe half a minute, and that's what the Dank looks like with the items. So yeah, it's quite nice, the Dank. This one is relatively small, so, but these are all the drops from the dirt. And what I could do is have separate ones here. So this is, say, an oak sieve, And if I had separate tanks, so if I do, let's just do this. Let's say I had separate ones there. So that's going to be my dirt tank. Oh god, oops, don't want that. So that could easily be my dirt tank. This is going to be my gravel tank. Sand, dust. Okay. So that's that. That's that. That's that. So yeah, I could really have a tank for each one of these. So once I start to do this, and I forgot the magnet because I've taken it off, but the point is, I can easily pick the tank up for each one of these, knowing that, oh, I'm going to be doing gravel. I'll pick that one up, I set it to pickup mode, do this, everything gets stored, I put it back, and it just sits there, and you can use refined storage, pipes, or anything like that to then extract stuff. So that, I would say that works pretty well. And you can set up these for any one of the sieving items. So these are your basic stuff. So your dirt, gravel, sand, and dust. You do have others as well. So if I look at Sieve, where is it? Oak Sieve. Yeah, Sieve. Yeah, so you can do dirt, leaves. So yeah, that's not going to be a problem. I could put all the leaves into a single one, and then if I got leaves, I can just refine it. Sand. What's this? It's crushed skystone. So that's going to be useful because that is skystone, which is a bit of a process, but then yeah, that's fine. Anyway, I think I've talked enough. I just wanted to cover this very basic item management. And to me, it's made me enjoy all the Mod 6 better than Sky Factory. Because I would normally use another bowel, but that bowel can fill up really quickly, especially when you have multiple things to sieve. And this process actually extends into the automation stage as well. So yeah, that might be covered later on, but anyway, thanks for watching. I hope I've enlightened you today, and I'll catch you again. Goodbye, good night, good morning, and wherever you are, be nice to everybody else. Goodbye.